If you're a Dune fan, you've probably seen a lot of online discussion about the Golden Path. This term is the key point of the debate about whether Paul and his son Leto are heroes or villains, and for many people it's the only justification for their terrible actions. All those wars and the deaths of billions, they were all means to forge this way. So what exactly was this Golden Path? Let's take a closer look. The phrase Golden Path appears for the first time in the third book, Children of Dune, but hints of its existence can actually be seen in Paul's earlier visions. In the books, the Golden Path is described as a future that both Paul and his son Leto could see, as they both attain prescience. But only Leto, thanks to his nature of being preborn, could see the Golden Path in its totality. For Leto, the Golden Path was the only hope for humanity's survival. It was the only way to escape reliance on spice, centralized power, and the rule of charismatic leaders. But the path had a terrible price. To follow the path meant sacrificing aspects of what it meant to be human and transforming into a sterile, seemingly immortal sandworm human hybrid. But also for thousands of years, it meant crushing the universe and humanity, forcing them to learn a lesson etched into their very being. And as one of the final products of the Bene Gesserit breeding program, also Paul could see the path, but he refused to take it. He understood the grim necessity of the future, yet the price was too high. His deep love for Cheney, his family, and his Fremen people held him back. They reminded him of his own humanity. But also his visions filled him with dread. He knew the staggering weight of his choices and the uncountable lives that depended on him. However, his son Leto embraced this destiny, because he had no sense of self to lose, never feeling the weight of potential sacrifices as his father did. And in the end, he became the God Emperor and ruled the universe for thousands of years. Throughout this time, Leto wielded his immense power to relentlessly challenge humanity. He became humanity's ultimate predator, believing this harsh pressure would force them to evolve. His goal was simple. If humanity could survive him, they could survive anything. First of all, to break their addiction to spice, he ruthlessly controlled its supply and limited space travel. He even terraformed Arrakis, destroying its spice-producing potential and removing humanity's reliance on it. For thousands of years, he crushed any sign of rebellion, wiped out powerful orders, and enforced a stagnant existence. His goal was to build such an overwhelming pressure that upon his death, humanity would wildly scatter across the universe and become more adaptable and resistant to control. And it actually worked. His death unleashed a devastating period of chaos and famine that scattered humanity to the far corners of the universe. Of course, Leto knew this would happen, but billions of people lived and died under the shadow of his plan anyway. And at the end of his time, he said these words, "Do not fear the predator who could search for you. I've been here and protected humanity during my reign. Now I have made it, so you no longer need my protection. Humanity is safe." But I think this is where the Golden Path raises a serious moral problem, because it creates an ethical dilemma that is similar to the trolley problem on a cosmic scale, forcing us to question whether it's acceptable to sacrifice the happiness of countless lives in the present to ensure the potential survival of humanity. So I ask you, is the future worth saving if it requires the destruction of the present? As an immortal, godlike being, Leto understandably considers humanity's long-term survival a worthy goal, even at the cost of tyranny. However, unlike Leto, ordinary humans value their present lives and experiences over the humanity's distant future. Leto's unique perspective on time and space distorts his priorities, blinding him to the fundamental human needs for freedom and a fulfilling life. Yes, the end of the species may be a risk, but what makes its survival more important than the well-being of individuals at the present time? Why should Leto's perspective override the desires of those he claims to protect? Let's assume the Golden Path was never taken and Leto brought about lasting peace and freedom until humanity eventually died out anyway. Some also might say those countless lives lived in peace were just as valuable as the lives we'd lost in potential extinctions. So improving the lives of the present, even at the cost of future generations, hold the same moral weight as oppressing those living now. Even from a utilitarian viewpoint, a long enough era of peace might outweigh the extinction of the human race, as it would positively affect far more lives. So which one is really the right choice? At the end of the day, Frank Herbert presents us with a compelling thought experiment with no easy answers. His novels are filled with allegory, and the entire story itself becomes a reflection on real-world leaders who use extreme means in the name of the greater good. Because throughout history, many atrocities have been committed in the name of a brighter future or in the pursuit of a better afterlife. And even if Leto truly possesses the ability to see the future, it still doesn't stop him from resorting to violence. Just like those real-world leaders, he creates a world shaped by suffering, yet insists that his motives are ultimately benevolent. But are they really? We'll never truly know. As the readers, we're left to either accept their justifications blindly or challenge their motives bravely. I believe we all should prefer the latter. So if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate if you could leave a comment, give a like, and click to subscribe. Your support will greatly help the mysterious algorithm works its magic. And if you want to support me personally, you can join the channel by using the join button. See you next time.